Woo child, the ghetto. What's going on, you guys? It's me, your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for another review of Surviving Jaguar Wright, which is hosted by the one and only Unwind with Tasha K. Now, this is the part 2 of the trilogy of Surviving Jaguar Wright. As I film this video, part 3 is airing right now. I have to do that video later after Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm actually recording this video right before Housewives of Atlanta, so let's get into it. So as you know, the documentary, this part was also an hour long, and what I did was I pulled down the cliff notes of each part that I felt was the most important to talk about. So I'm going to give you the cliff notes. I'm going to give you my opinion of this as I read the cliff notes. So the first thing that I noticed is that she has a first cousin on here by the name of Crystal. That's her first cousin, a bright-skinned lady. Then on the right side of her is Jamie, which is her niece. And Jamie looks very familiar. If I'm not mistaken, Jamie was on season 15 of the Bad Girls Club. I think it was like that sister season when all those sisters was on there. Yeah, I think that's who Jamie is.
Your ugly fat ass. Don't ever run up on me, bitch, because you smell like onions, you dumb hoe. Eat a Pop-Tart, bitch.
First things first. You know, Jaguar Wright been saying for a long time that she's from Philly, right? That's her whole thing. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. However, Crystal said that she ain't from Philadelphia. She wasn't even born from Philadelphia. She was actually born in New Jersey. She was raised in New Jersey. She did not come to Philadelphia until she was 13 years old, when she was brought there to live with her mother, which is Crystal's, well, with her aunt, which is Crystal's mother, because of the situation that was going on with her and her parents. So she's not really from Philly. She probably lived in Philly, but she ain't from Philly. You get my drift. Okay, so not only was that debunked about where she's actually from, the son that she constantly speaks of, who's now deceased by the name of Giovanni, Jamie, who was her niece, says that Giovanni and Jaguar Wright did not have a relationship at the time of his murder. From what Jamie said, days before he was killed, Jaguar Wright told her son that he was dead to her. To hear someone say that, to allegedly, let me say that, because I don't know what's true and what's not. To hear about a person saying that someone's mother allegedly told their own son that they were dead to her, days before he was killed. That is some crazy shit. And I know this is all alleged. It's Jaguar's truth, it's the family truth, and then there's the truth somewhere in the middle. But I will say that that could be why she's so angry. And it could be why she's just going on and on the way she is about her son. That could be why, because she probably is very angry because she didn't have a relationship with him at the time of his death. And she probably feels some type of way because she didn't have a relationship with him, if that makes sense. That's how I take it. So then the allegation of her being raped by Jamie's father comes up, and Jamie laughs and she says that her father never raped Jaguar. This is the part where it's kind of touchy-feely for me, because I do not like to speak on things that I don't know anything about as far as like rape is concerned. I'm always going to give the rape victim the benefit of the doubt. Being that Jamie is very young, she may be around my age or maybe younger than me, because I am 31, so she's probably a little bit younger than me. I think she's probably a little bit younger than me, but either way it goes, you weren't there, so you don't know, and you were young, and you definitely don't know. So it's like, at this point, you don't know, so you can't really speak on it. Now, I understand that's your father. You're going to speak up for your father. Nobody wants to hear their father being accused of rape. Nobody wants to hear that, so I totally understand her stance, but she wasn't there, so she can't say what did and didn't happen to Jaguar. Now, that's one thing that I'm going to keep my foot on. I don't know if she was raped or not, and I'm not going to say that she wasn't. There's a possibility that she could have been, and it could have been by her father. Now, as we all know, that Jaguar said on one of the interviews with Storm Monroe was that her mom was schizophrenic. Crystal says that that's a lie. She says that her mother was never diagnosed with any kind of mental illness. She was never diagnosed with schizophrenia or nothing like that. And the only person that's been known to have mental issues in the family is Jaguar. That's what her cousin Crystal said. She's been like this since she was a child. She was even police would call. She had to be in like a little white little straight jacket or something like that to be calmed the fuck down. Like, that's just the type of stuff that Jaguar was on. And looking at her behavior now, I totally believe that. I definitely believe that. According to Jamie, Jaguar never really had a job. So therefore she never really had her kids. She never raised Giovanni, and she did not raise little Sammy. She didn't raise neither one of her kids. Giovanni stayed with her mom. He was raised with Jamie, which is why she calls him her brother. That's her first cousin, but really in real life, that's her brother. It was crazy because she said she never had a job. She was always running the streets trying to, get this singing career off the ground. When she first got her first check, she bought this big ass house and she bought this expensive car. And that's when she first got her advancement money from MCA Records. And once she went on the road, she kept spending money. And Sam did not agree with her spending a lot of money the way that she was. But, of course, being that it's Jaguar, she was going to do whatever the hell she wanted to do. And that's just what it is. Because it was her money, her situation. She was going to spend it the way she wanted to. And, when you have money like that, it ain't really promised. So you got to be very careful on what you decide to spend it on. And she started having money troubles. And it's now to the point to where her mother only has $20 to her name because allegedly Jaguar is stealing money from her mother. It was her retirement check. Her mother was a educator and she's now retired. She gets $6,000 a month for retirement. And allegedly Jaguar has that money sent to her account and she's stealing the money, using it for whatever she got to fund whatever life that her and Gerald has on the run. Gerald, which is her husband. And this is all alleged. I don't know what's true and what ain't. This is all alleged. I'm just giving y'all my review, my recap on that, okay? Crystal says that Jaguar is a manipulator. She can make you believe everything that she says. She's very intelligent. She can think on her feet. She can take the truth and make it 20 times worse than what it sounded like. She has her ways of making people believe things or manipulating people into seeing things her way. Probably why everybody was up her ass when she was trying to out these celebrities. All alleged. Jamie said that when Jaguar said that her father raped her, she was young. And Jaguar did not believe it. She didn't even know what rape was. She told her father about it. Her father was crying about it. He said that he would never do that to Jaguar. That was like a little sister to him. So why would she say that about him? According to Jamie, Jaguar loved her father. So why would she say that he raped her? Why didn't you call the police? That's the thing that irked me. Why you didn't call the cops? Most rape victims don't call cops. So what the fuck are you... Let me continue. So Crystal gets into Jaguar and Sam's marriage, okay? She started talking about how she cheated on Sam with Talib Kweli. She came home and told her that she cheated on Sam with Talib Kweli. She was talking about all the things that Sam did to Jaguar were only in responses to what Jaguar did to Sam. Now that part I do kind of believe, because Sam looks like a pushover, to be honest. As fine as he is, he look like a pushover. He's the type of man that will allow his woman to talk to him, treat him, use him any kind of way. And that's ridiculous, but that's the type of man he portrays to me. Like, that's what he looks like. And they were saying that Sam was probably the most decent man that she ever brought around the family, because Jaguar could never keep a man that was halfway decent as Sam. That's a lot. Is Sammy autistic? They all deny that he's autistic. They just know him to be a nerd. He has that same intelligence level as his mother. So he's not autistic from what they said. Now, I don't know. Like I said on my last review on this, I don't know if he's autistic. I do think that he's very smart. But just because you have autism does not make you slow. Some people are well functioned autistic people. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a girl that used to work with me. She was very functional, very smart. She has a college degree. She's an educator, and I think that she was autistic, based on what I don't know how true that was, but I think she was autistic, but she was highly functioning. So you could be highly functioning just like me and still be autistic. So we really don't know, but I don't think he's autistic. I don't think so. Then she goes into Jaguar's career, and when I say she, I'm talking about Crystal. She talked about the music and how her music didn't go nowhere, and how her first album barely went gold. I didn't even know it went gold. Didn't know it was certified at all. Didn't even know she had a second album, to be honest. And it didn't go anywhere. And she said that the public wasn't receiving her music well. And she said that she was mad at all of these people that she aired out because she felt that she was just as talented or even more talented than they were. And she felt that she deserved that shot that they got. But it just didn't happen that way. And Crystal feels like if she would get rid of all of this hurt, this anger, this bitterness, she would be well on her way to where she needs to be. Jamie never met her new husband Gerald. Where Giovanni died. They was from what Jamie said, they were saying that Jaguar and Gerald allegedly said that they wanted blood, and if Jamie and her mother ever stepped foot in Texas, he was gonna put a bullet in him. So with that being said, Jamie doesn't want to have anything to do with Jaguar nor Gerald at all with those threats. Also, Jamie also revealed that Giovanni never even met Gerald. Wow. Jamie cut Jaguar off when Giovanni cut her off. Once she said that he was dead to her. He was done with her, and so was Jamie. Basically, Jaguar wasn't there for none of her kids. She wasn't there for Giovanni. She wasn't there for Sam. She didn't raise them. Somebody else always raised them. So she probably feels some kind of way because she wasn't, the ideal mother for her kids. And honestly, let me just say this right quick. This story sounds very familiar because my maternal grandmother, and some people might be mad at me for saying this on camera, but y'all know I keep it all the way 100. My maternal grandmother, which is my mother's mother, did not raise my mother. My mother was raised by her grandmother from 6 weeks old on up. She was bounced around from her grandmother to her 2 aunts. They all took care of her like she was their own. During that time, she was, because my grandmother lived in Chicago. And from what I was told by several people, not just my mother, but several people, they would go up to Chicago and every summer, and she would beat my mother's ass. Not with a switch or a belt like this. Like, there were family members that said they witnessed it. Some won't speak on it now, but they've said it. I know that they said it because they said it in front of me. And to this day, she's bitter. She's very bitter. Because she gave her own daughter away, which is my mother. She gave my mother away to her mother and to her sisters and let them raise her. My mother has never called my grandmother mom. I've never heard her call her mom. I've never called her grandma. Never called her grandma. I've always called her by her name. Never called her grandma because we don't have that kind of relationship. She doesn't have a relationship with me. She doesn't have a relationship with my sister. And she doesn't have a relationship with my brother. She's mad at the world because she could not handle her own responsibilities. And that's why I don't fuck with her. So a lot of these parents, when they give away their kids because they wasn't fit to be a parent, they're bitter and they get mad at the people that raised their fucking kids, looked out for their kids, actually did them a favor. So it's like, yeah, I can honestly see that. Again, this is all alleged. But if Jaguar is actually being what they're saying she being, my grandmother was the same way. That's why I don't fuck with her. Then the allegations about Sam being gay comes out, and he said that he's not gay. He has friends that's gay, but he's not that. I got disappointed because I take a chance on him. But all in all, that kind of wraps up the cliff notes of this whole show. I just gotta say, y'all might think that Tasha K is low down and dirty for what she doing. Possibly. But I'm gonna say this. She's doing a great job. Like, she ain't even on no Wendy Williams type of shit. She on some Gales type shit. Like, she ain't even on her messy shit at all. Like, Tasha K was made for this shit, okay? And I'm watching you. Because I'm a big fan of hers. Like, I know I'm not supposed to be one, but I am a big fan of hers. Like, for real. Like, I be watching her and I be seeing what she be doing. And I be like, I wonder what she doing. Maybe I can take something from that and then just do it. But I don't want to be like Tasha K. But I just love her approach to doing things. Like, she is a inspiration, to be honest, because she grew her shit from scratch and made it to this right here. And I can give credit where it's due. It may be fucked up, that what she's doing may be fucked up, but it's very entertaining and it's informative and it gives you a different perspective. Like I said, Jaguar has spoken on her family on the internet. She's spoken on her son. She's spoken about other celebrities. So I don't see nothing wrong with what's going on right now, because she did the same thing. Whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander. That's all I gotta say. Be on the lookout for my part 3 review on this. It's probably gonna come out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, maybe later on tonight. With that being said, y'all, I'm out here. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. If you want to follow me on any social media, which is my IG and my Twitter, it'll be in the description box. With that being said, y'all, I'm out here. Peace out.